just real quick, I want to say a couple things, and I'm going to turn it over to the best man, and I know the girls want to say something as well. But I want to take a moment and just say that when I look at Kendall, I see her mom. And everybody here knows the influence and the kind of person that my lovely bride, Maria, is. And it's also, without question, that I married way up. And my college and Army roommate just reminded me of that about 20 minutes ago. So I appreciate that. But let there be no doubt that Kendall Tikel is the absolute reflection of the guidance, the spirit-filled leadership, and the confidence and strength of her mom. And I just want to say thank you to Maria, because she has raised two beautiful children, and I am grateful that she's my wife, and I just want to say thank you, Maria. I also told her that she looks just as good today as she did when she walked down the aisle 27 years ago. So, thank you. As we go through the evening, continue to enjoy the food. There's a great dessert table. It's got chocolate, 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 and chocolate. And I know that's Maria. She picked that dessert. And we'll have dancing, a good time. And right now, I just want to turn it over to the best man, Adam, to talk about Kurt and say thank you.
Thank you to the parents, Mike and Susan Tikel, Jack and Maria Harrington, for all the hard work and planning that went into everything leading up to and including this weekend. I think I speak for everyone when I say this has been an incredible and unforgettable experience. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, my name is Adam Martinek, and I've known Curtis pretty much my entire life. Yes, even before he was Kurt. So, first to the bride, Mrs. Kendall Tikel. From when Curtis first talked about you to meeting you in person, I knew he found someone special. He had a twinkle in his eye and an eagerness in his voice that a man has when he has found something he's very passionate about. It has been a joy getting to know you over the years, and thank you for letting me have him for a few weekends during duck season. I know Callie has patience that it takes to deal with that time. Now, Michael Curtis Tikel II. Where do I begin? I'll tell you exactly where. Candy Cane Daycare. Many years ago, at my first few days at Candy Cane Daycare, Chris was bigger than me at that time. And him and my cousin Nathan took great pleasure in reminding me I was the new kid on the playground. Well, one day I had enough of being picked on, and we had an all-out fist fight. It was nasty. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a body slam in there somewhere. Who would have known that on that day, that goofy, lanky kid would become a man whom I call my best friend and a brother, whose family I treat as my own, and whose parents I will always refer to as Mama and Papa Tikel. I visited your dad on this past Father's Day. I didn't think of the man I hugged for the last time in the hospital. I remember the mountain of a man whose zest for life and magnetic personality is so easily shown through both of his sons. I could hear that distinctive laugh he had, especially after saying jokes only dads like him can tell. Before I left, I prayed that he and the good Lord would watch over all of us here tonight, and especially the both of you. I know he's up there smiling and celebrating already. So, finally, from staying the night at each other's houses as kids, the old high school football days, to countless polka fests, to going to college just down the road from one another, we have shared many experiences and made a lot of memories together. I have a feeling there will be many more to come. I can't tell you how much of a privilege and honor it is to be your best man on this special day. Thank you again. I ask God to bless you and your marriage and wish you all many, many years of happiness together. Everybody raise your glasses. Na zdraví, můj kamarádky. And congratulations once again to Curtis and Kendall Teakill.
We met in kindergarten at nap time, and I came in, I think, about 2 weeks into the year, and our teacher, Miss Ream, put me next to Kendall during nap time. Don't know why, but very grateful for that. We soon found out that once our parents met each other, we both lived in the same neighborhood, attended the same church, and I'm going to keep this really short and sweet. No, we want to get back to the party, so I'm going to tell a couple of stories. Keep it really PG and sweet. So the first one is that when we became friends, which was probably 5 minutes after we met at nap time, we played together every single day after school. And you guys will like this if you know Kendall pretty well. So whenever we went to play, basically it was me or Kendall one would call and say, all right, go. And we lived about probably a quarter of a mile from each other, probably half a mile. And we would both walk. And so it'd be like, go. And, there was no cell phones. We were 5 years old. So we'd call from our landlines. And I would get to her stop sign, the beginning of her cul-de-sac, probably from here to that tent right there. And Kendall would be walking up. So if you guys know Kendall, she didn't really care about time at the time. But we played Barbies, jumped on the trampoline, and the only fight we ever got in was Kendall wanted to play babies and I wanted to jump on the tramp. And then fast forward to about high school. So Kendall and I, luckily, because of our great parents, when she moved in second grade, we were only in the same state for about 2.5 years. And when they moved, their parents promised us that we will keep you guys together. We will fly you back and forth however much you want because we want your relationship to stay together. So that's what they did, and that's why we're here today. So one of the most memorable trips that I had was, I think it was my sophomore year, and I think it was a pretty rough year for me. And so I was going to see Kendall, and it was a long weekend. And so my dad was bringing me to the airport. It was probably around October, November. And we got to the airport, and we looked at the flight, and it said canceled. And it was because of the ice. And I was like, no. I was in tears. This can't happen. I've been waiting 6 months to see Kendall. And so I called Kendall. I'm like, Kendall, I'm going to get on the Greyhound. I'm going to come see you. And yeah, high school. So I was 14 or 15, which was so young. My mom was so scared out of her mind. They know my mom. She was freaking out. We were up all night. Yeah, we had the flip phones that kind of didn't work. It was just bad. So anyways, my dad took me. He was like, all right, Morgan, I know you want to see Kendall. Let's go get you a ticket. So we, in 10 minutes we went and got a Greyhound ticket, and Jack and Kendall picked me up at I think 7 a.m., 12 hours later. Which is so special. I think that just shows our relationship and our love for each other since we were 4 years old. And so it's really special, thinking back, the fact that we were only in the same state for 2.5 years, because I don't even have as good a friend as Kendall that I've known for that's actually in Georgia. So, but I'm so excited for you guys. The moment I met Kurt, he treated me like family, like a sister. And I'm just so excited for them. I think that they're an example for the entire wedding party. Whether some of us are in a relationship or not, they're a huge example, and I think that we just all desire a love like them. So, cheers to y'all.
I'm Jessie. I was Kendall's first roommate freshman year of college, and then we lived together this last year in Dallas. And we were random roommates off of Facebook freshman year, so I think we got pretty lucky considering I'm here celebrating with y'all today. So I wrote a little something, but from going to our very first frat party together almost 6 years ago, which was not Phi Delt, sorry guys, to coming home from work this year and telling each other about our long crazy days and hearing about your crazy students. You've been there for me through it all, and I really appreciate our friendship. We have so many funny memories. I'd like to talk about our disgusting dorm. One of my favorite memories is when you came home in the middle of the night and defrosted our mini fridge, and then you literally woke up with a pile of Cheez-Its hanging out of your mouth. Or the time that I totally buzzkilled the moment that Kurt was asking you to be his girlfriend because I walked in the room at the wrong time. So sorry, still feel bad about that. But you've been my workout buddy, my Zista, my cookie taste tester. I don't know if I should say this, but like the other day when you actually ate cookies out of the trash can to try them. But you've been a huge blessing in my life, and I love you. And Kurt, we all know how much you love Kendall, and it's so obvious that you're the perfect man for her. And the way that you both put God first in your relationship is a true example of how marriage should be. And I admire you both for that. So I'm happy to be friends with both of you. And I'm happy I get to be here and celebrate with y'all. So, love you both. Cheers to Kurt and Kendall. Don't have my drink.
And I've been very blessed to call you my fellow Bobcat, my sorority sister, and my very best friend. But, okay, let me cut some of this out so we can be quick. I remember meeting Kendall and just knowing that we were going to be friends from the second I met her. I've never met a more selfless, genuine, kind-hearted, and hilarious human being. And to see Kendall's one of those people you just instantly fall in love with. It's no shocker that when Kurt met her, he held on tight. Whew, trying to get through this, sorry. Curtis, I've always known you to be a very intelligent man, but asking Kendall to be your wife is definitely the smartest thing you've ever done. And when you choose someone to spend your life with, you're choosing a lot of things. A lifelong roommate, a career therapist, a friend to retire with. You're choosing someone whose day you'll hear about 18,000 times, someone you'll travel with on about 100 vacations, and someone you'll share about 20,000 meals with. So, Kurt, I hope you're prepared to pull over 14 times on those 100 vacations, to let Kendall use the bathroom, and to eat chicken nuggets for your next 20,000 meals, because I know your love story is one of those for the ages. If you'll all please join me in raising a glass to the bride and groom. Congratulations to Kurt and Kendall, and cheers to the first of many of the best days of your life. I love you.